All right, welcome everybody. This is a very, very special Meet the Founders call for KryptoGeneX. My name is Brandon Ivy, Bitcoin Brandon here. Very exciting times to get started. And one of the things that we wanted to make sure with this company is that we're 100% transparent. The fact that you know who the founders are, you know where the company is, you know what's going on. And so we want to, before we're even in pre-launch, we want to give you the opportunity to hear from the founders, hear their vision of the company, how the company got started, what this is all about. So far up to now, you just know, and if you're on my Facebook Live earlier, you heard me talk about the fact that we're solving a problem for most people. We're solving a basic problem. We're being able to teach crypto education to them. We're going to show them how to earn passive income, and we're 100% SEC compliant. That's all I knew when I was approached about the business. And I was like, where do I sign up? That's all I had to hear, those three things. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. We're going to start with one of the founders I have a lot of respect for, one of the main coders and programmers behind the business. I'm going to let him tell you his history and his thoughts on the business, and we're going to keep it moving to be respectful of everybody's time. So without further ado, I want to bring up our first founder, co-owner of the company, Stephen McAuliffe. So Stephen, are you there? So, Stephen, if you're muted, hit *6 to unmute yourself.
Okay, Brandon, I'm here.
There you go.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Most of the people on this call, you know the other owners. And so I want to discuss this and let you know who I am and where I come from. But everybody here has a story. And there are some major marketers on this call, and you all have some incredible stories. But I want you to know the story of how this company came together. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of my background first, and then we're going to keep on moving. About 20 years ago, I developed a company. It was about teaching the world how to use the computer, how to use the internet, and how to build websites. It was a timing thing, the right time, the right place. We put over 2 million members in that program in 2 years. And then now, 20 years later, I got a phone call. About last Christmas, I got a phone call from a friend of mine. His name is Will. He'll be talking in a few minutes. And we've been working together for 20 years off and on doing different things. But he called me and he said, hey, I want you to get involved in this Bitcoin company. Well, I wasn't interested because, honestly, I was really, really busy, and it was Christmas. Wrong time. Timing's everything. But I was interested in Bitcoin. So I was researching Bitcoin. I was thinking about buying Bitcoin. And finally, he called me again when Bitcoin went from $800 to $1,200. He goes, I want you to get involved in this Bitcoin thing I'm involved in. Well, I really wasn't that interested, but I was so euphoric about Bitcoin at the time that I bought my first Bitcoin. And that was a problem. I mean, it was a nightmare buying my first Bitcoin. It was so freaking confusing. And so as I was doing it, I'm one of those people that I write everything. So I wrote a little book about 8 pages called The Bitcoin Buyers Club. And it was to teach me how to buy Bitcoin. And then when I saw Bitcoin go up and down really fast, it was to teach me to be aware that Bitcoin was going to go up and down really fast. It was going to get me ready for what was about to happen, the wild ride of Bitcoin. Well, I joined that company. Not going to mention any names of any companies. I signed up a few people, and 3 days later, I figured out I didn't own my Bitcoin anymore. And I was furious. I mean, I didn't talk to Will for a couple of months. I was so mad. And so I ended up having to give everybody their money back that got involved because I just could not go that path. And there's nothing wrong with that, and people made a lot of money, and that's all wonderful, but it wasn't for me. And so I kept developing this concept. And along the way, I began to meet some people through Will, Kathy Keene, Mike Boggs, Jeremy Keene. And I met them along the way. But then I got another phone call. And somebody said, hey, we need you to fix our software. And they had a company up and running doing Bitcoin. And so I went in. We fixed their software in about 3 months. And they were doing the same thing. They had this thing where you give them your Bitcoin, and they cut it in half and paid commissions and traded it or did whatever. And then you didn't own your Bitcoin anymore. And I was just floored by these concepts. And the whole time, from the very moment that I quit that first company, I thought I knew how it should be done. And so I continued in my own mind, in the background, developing a concept. Well, evidently Will shared it with some of these people he had introduced me to. And he came to me one day and he said, hey, I got some people who want to build your idea. Well, that was interesting, because the last time I built a big company, I spent 4 years developing before I even got to the name of the company. So I thought, well, this is interesting. And it's all about timing. It's all about everything. And so I got on the phone with these people, and they had their questions, and I had mine, and here was mine. They said, what are we going to need to do this? And I said, we're going to need $1 million. Well, why are you going to need $1 million? I said, I don't need $1 million. You do. Because we're going to have to spend a couple $100,000 developing the programs, the softwares, everything we got to do, and hiring the best lawyers to make this a legal company. Because I'm not getting involved in anything that's not legal, and I'm not going down that road where people can get hurt. So They said, okay, we'll do it. And I thought, oh, this is crazy. And so I said, okay, I'll develop it. And we began developing. And sure enough, just a few weeks later, they said, hey, we're up to about 400,000. Well, that woke me up. I was already really hard, 14, 16 hours a day developing, hired 3 programming crews from around the world to build this software to get ready for what we're about to do. And they continued. And I was amazed by what happened over the next 30 days. I mean, and a lot of you on this call know what happened because you're those people. That company I built 20 years ago, it didn't have this many big leaders in it after 2 years. We are not even to pre-launch yet, and we're set up to do what we're about to do. And here's why this company is so important, because everybody has a day one. And now the whole world is hearing about Bitcoin. For you on this call, you're cryptocurrency savvy, you're already trading, you're doing this, you're doing that. Hundreds of millions of people don't know how to buy a Bitcoin, don't know that you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. That's what we're here for. And back 20 years ago, we would have liked to have done stuff the way we're about to do it. Audio, video training, complete audio, video training. So we got like Bitcoin 101. That's the first phase of our education. There'll be over 15 lessons in there that will teach somebody everything it took me and you 7 months to learn. They'll be able to learn that in 2 days. Then we got cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency advanced. So we have the education to teach the world about cryptocurrency. We'll start in English, then we'll move to the other languages, and we have it all planned out. As you see, for those of you who have went to KryptoGeneX.com, that's a very simple sample site that we didn't even want to put up, but people needed the presentations. They needed to see the videos so they could see that we're coming, and we're coming fast. But we'll have this thing where we can do it in multiple languages around the world because it will be a global company. But here's the key to this whole company. It's $250. The whole world can afford it. The whole world can get involved. The whole world can learn about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and the whole world can then make an informed decision if they want to dabble with $200 worth of their money in some kind of trading platform that we'll teach them how to use. But they'll make their decision because we're not trading advisor or anything like that. We're an educational company. But then you got the big players, because there's 2 kinds of people. You got the big players who are big in Bitcoin, who have made lots of Bitcoin, who want a place for their Bitcoin. So for that, we have the bot. And we can't give any real statistics yet on the bot for legality reasons. But the bot is a good bot, and the bot performs well. And the deal is you'll own your own Bitcoin. And for me to be in a presentation like this and say, hey, the good thing is you'll own your own Bitcoin, that's almost laughable. Why didn't you always own your own Bitcoin? You should have. That's the way these things should work. That's your Bitcoin. So we've designed a model that will work for the world, where we can educate the world, and then the people in the world can decide if they want to do a little trading on their own, or the bigger players, and we understand that statement, will decide if they want to get involved with this license and own their own Bitcoin and be able to get it back whenever they want it, because it was their Bitcoin after all, and we don't pay any commissions out of that Bitcoin. We don't touch that Bitcoin. That's yours, and it goes into that trading algorithm, as some people might call it, or a bot. The next thing is, well, do you have to be a big player to really play in this? No, because we have an app. And that app will be disclosed as we go, but that app is going to be sent the signals that the algorithm creates, so that the people that you call the liver players who have $200, $300, $400, $500 can at least have a little bit of an edge, or a little bit of, besides the education, a little bit of an angle here, so they can win in trading cryptocurrency. Because trading cryptocurrency is an awesome thing. It's something that people are doing and are being very productive with, and that's what we all want to be a part of. But we want to be a part of a legal company. A company we can build in the United States, and that's why they went out and hired top lawyers in the field of this industry and top consultants in the direct marketing industry, so we could be legal. And that's why we went out and then we hired 3 programming teams to develop this whole concept together and focus on languages. I wanted everyone to know the story of this company. This company is 5 different people who came together, who all came from different paths and met in one spot and realized we have the ingredients for what the whole world is waiting on. And timing is everything. And from the dings I heard on this call, we must be in the right place at the right time. Brandon, I want to turn the call back to you.
Thank you, Stephen. Next up is Mr. Jeremy Keene. Jeremy, are you there?
Sorry.
And if you're,
hey guys,
yeah, I hear you.
Hey guys, sorry, I had to unmute myself. Wow, thanks Brandon, Stephen, and some of my other partners, and thank you all for taking the time out of your day, your morning, your night, wherever you're at in the world. Timing is timing is everything. I'd like to touch on just a couple of things that were already mentioned by Stephen. A lot of us were a part of those same companies And the reason I never really even got involved in network marketing or affiliate marketing or any of those types of things up until cryptocurrency, I've actually been involved 1 year now in network marketing. And the one thing that I've always seen that is wrong is how can they teach the little guy to be the big guy? Through education, through mentorship, through leadership. Not everybody is going to have, or in the past, not everybody has had the mentorship to be able to take someone underneath their wing, like I've been blessed so much to be able to be, to have shared with me, is I got involved at the right time with the right people, and they took me underneath their wing and taught me how to become successful in this industry. Now, it's not about me anymore. I've already made my mark. What we want to do here at KryptoGeneX is we want to teach you what it takes to become successful through our education. Yes, this company is built based on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and day one of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, but there's going to be so much more to this company, and it's about making everyone successful. If you know what cryptocurrency is about and what Bitcoin stands for, it's really taking the power back and the control back and freeing yourself from that 9 to 5. Now, I'm not saying everybody who joins this company is going to be able to walk away from their job. When I got involved in cryptocurrency, I had one goal. My one goal was to pay a $300 a month bill. I told my wife, I'm going to get involved, and if this thing can make me at least $300 a month, and I kind of giggle at that, if this thing can only make me $300 a month, then I'm good without having to get a second job and leave my family at night. And, I sat down, I went to work, I paid attention, I listened, I picked up the phone, I called several people that are on this call right now, and several people that are now owners of this company, and we're here to solve the 1, the 2, the 3 problems, I believe, that are in network marketing, affiliate marketing, cryptocurrency, and just it's plain old education. We're gonna teach you with there's words that I still don't understand. I'm like, wait a minute, Mike, slow down, big crayons. Steven, back it up. Got to remember, I haven't been doing this for 30 years, so my voice in KryptoGeneX is going to be about the little guy. If you need help, we're all going to be here to help you and to walk you through that. I'm very blessed and humbled, and with that, thank you all so very, very much for being on this call. This is just the beginning. I feel like I'm at the Super Bowl talking in front of millions, and soon we will be. Thanks a lot, guys. Brandon?
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Next owner we're going to bring up is Will Fajetlin. Will, are you there?
I'm here.
The floor is yours, sir.
Okay. So you've been talking to Steven for quite a while. See, he calls me Will Fajetlin on purpose. He knows my name is Will Fajetlin, but he just likes Fajetlin better. So I just got to go with that. And, that's what friends do. Friends, they love you the way they love you. And when you get a nickname from somebody, I view that as a term of endearment. And this road to KryptoGeneX, it's a 25-year-old road. I used to be a construction worker a long time ago. My family owned heavy equipment and gravel pits, and I ran them excavators and bulldozers and stuff, and I'd scoop the dirt and put it in the truck and drive the bulldozer, and they'd dump it out of the dump truck, and I'd flatten it, and I'd go back in the machine and scoop the dirt, put it in the truck, and drive the truck, and that's what I did. And I got tired of doing that. And I wanted, just like Jeremy did, that extra $300 to $500 a month. I wanted I always saw somebody that had a nicer pickup on the job site. And I thought, I heard about this stuff that you can do after work that pays you a couple $300 to $500 a month if you just share it with a few people. And I was pretty good at talking to people, so I decided to give it a try. and it worked out pretty funny because I met a fellow at a church that I went to, and he said, hey, you're pretty good at talking to people, and I'm going to start selling computers. Well, I don't know if you guys know much about 1995, but nobody had computers in their home. Kind of like he was saying, you need a computer, you need a computer. I'm like, why do I need a computer? So you can send email. I thought, I don't even know what email is. I don't even know what a computer is. It's kind of like Bitcoin right now. You guys, you know what I'm talking about? Hey, you got to get your Bitcoin. You got to buy your Ethereum. And a lot of people have never heard of this. Are saying, why do I need that? What is this Bitcoin? What is this Ethereum? What is this? It's almost like you're trying to teach them a new language. Long story short, the guy says, yeah, we're going to sell these computers. I go, how much are they? And he goes, they're $1,000 a piece. So the next Sunday I saw him, I handed him $13,000. And he goes, what's this? And I go, I just sold 13 of them computers. And he goes, holy cow, dude, no, that's not how you work it. We got a program. You got to take an order and we fill it and then you do it. So anyway, that turned into a really, really amazing company. But in the middle of that company, there was an expo that was happening, and I had about 14 salespeople work for me at the time in my company, and not one of these guys could go to that expo. And this was just an amazing, gratuitous moment in time. I had to go. Here I am, the president of this company. We're doing great, blah, 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 and I got to go run this expo in Seattle. So I go, and I walk down the stairs to this place, and it's a really nice place, and there's this fella standing right in the middle. You couldn't get past this guy. He was in the middle of the aisle. You had to go left or you had to go right, and he's standing up on a soapbox going, and you can get these websites for $99. These are the best things you've ever seen. And I thought, man, that guy has got a crazy accent. He must be from the South or something. And then I thought to myself, who on earth wants to buy 3 websites for $99? I can tell you what that fella did. He went around the world several times, and he put 2 million people into a company in 18 months. He was incredibly successful. So I started an incredible friendship with that guy. And to this day, he's one of my best friends. And we started several projects together. And as you can tell, that's Steve McCullough. So me and Steven have had this relationship. And it, as friendships go, right, you do different things. And the .com era came up and came down. And the down part was really fun because it put me back in a machine, scooping dirt, putting it in a truck. And when you're like me, my brain moves around a lot, and you think about how can I connect 2 and 2 together, get a couple extra people, and, money starts getting tight, and you're sitting in a machine in the middle of the winter, and it's snowing and raining on you, and it's just cold as heck, and you're scooping dirt, putting it in a truck. It's the most mind-numbing thing you can do when your brain's running 100 miles an hour thinking, God, there's got to be more I can be doing. So there was, I had a friend of mine introduced me to a company that was called iWowee. I didn't pick the name, and it was a funny one. It's a video communications company. And at that company, I got to meet somebody else that changed my life. It was Kathy Keene. I had a friend of mine that said, man, you got to talk to this gal. She's an amazing networker. And it's funny because me and Kathy, we made friends real quick. And the guy that was trying to introduce the 2 of us, he was kind of one of those people that you talked to only when you had to because he never left you alone. But he introduced me to Kathy, and that made another amazing pinnacle person in my life. So I've got Steven now, and I got Kathy, who's an incredible networker. So Kathy and I, we went to work and build that business, and she really helped me a lot, and she shaped me and molded me and taught me a lot of things I didn't know. Well, they ended up making me a corporate trainer and flying me around the world, and I created a system that kind of teaches you how to recognize characteristics of people, and it taught off real good. And then guess what happened? Owner of that company decides to sell it out and don't tell nobody. He just sells it. Next thing you know, oh, by the way, you don't have a job no more. It's over. Bet you can't imagine what I'm doing now. Yep, scooping dirt, putting it in the truck, scooping dirt, putting it in the truck. So I am burned out. I've had enough. A good friend of mine, Rob Harris, calls me up a little while later, about a year later, and he goes, hey, Will, you got to buy a Bitcoin. I go, what the heck is a Bitcoin, and why do I got to buy it, and how much are they? He says, well, they're about $796. I'm like, holy cow, that's a lot of money. So where do I get the coin at? Do I just go downtown and buy it or whatever? And he goes, no, we'll help you get one, but you got to get one, and they're digital, and we got a program here that's going to really help you amplify it and get you more. And I didn't understand it, but I trusted Rob because he was brilliant. He was always the guy that did everything. So I bought one of those Bitcoins. But I did it with great resentment from my wife. She was like, you will not spend our money on one of those things. Whatever it is you do, you figure out your own money, and then you can have whatever's left over. So I sold one of my hunting rifles so I could afford it. And my friend Kathy had told me about this thing called Ethereum, and I had one of those mines, and it made me some of those Ethereum. So between selling those Ethereums and that hunting rifle, I was able to come up with $796. And my friend Rob helped me get my first Bitcoin. And I don't scoop dirt no more and put it in a truck. I've done very well. I have amazing partners. They've helped me. And here we are together. Steven talks about how we tied our companies together, how we all come together. This wouldn't be here without honestly, Kathy Keene, Steve McCullough, Rob Harris, and then we bring in Jeremy and Mike and everybody else that's brought this team together. This is a team, and that's the most important thing. And this is a team that has been in the trenches of 25 years of network marketing, and we've tried every program we can try, and we've succeeded in some, and we've failed miserably in others. We've won and we've lost. We're at a point in time, folks, where you can make a difference in your life and the lives of people around you with a little bit of trust. And you got to trust us and know that we're not going to own your Bitcoin. You will. You get to be secure in the fact that knowing that it's oversought. It doesn't go someplace into space and you're like, oh, my God, I need it and I can't get it. That'll never be the case. And we've got great leadership. We've got legal teams, and we've got all kinds of things that's coming on board. And I just want to say, just in my closing here, that this is the single best opportunity that I've ever seen. And to see the caliber of leaders that have joined us in this quest already, it is absolutely mind-numbing to me. And the leaders that they're bringing and the leaders that they're bringing, and people can't get here fast enough, and we don't have a join now button on our website, or we'd have 1 million people in here. I have no doubt. And it just comes from trust, integrity. We're building online, pages and groups, and everybody's keeping it professional, which is amazing, because typically network marketers get out there and they blab and they start exaggerating things and they ruin what's going on. That's a good thing. But so far, we're keeping a really good culture of professionalism. And those of you that are on the call, I want to applaud you. I want to thank you for joining us, sharing in our vision. And I just ask that you help us to police this thing and keep KryptoGeneX as the A1 company, the one that's, nobody ever says anything bad. Nobody has anything to say bad, because everybody on there is, a AAA player. And that's what I believe we have here. And I want to thank everybody for our time. And Brandon, I'm going to turn it over back to you.
Thank you very much, Will. And yes, I will say your name correctly and not the Stephen way. So next, I want to bring up Kathy Keene. We call her Mama Bear. So Kathy, are you there?
I am. Aloha, everyone from Hawaii. And this is a very interesting reason I am in Hawaii. But let me go back to where Kathy is. Who is Kathy? I am just like every single one of you on this phone, okay? I work my butt off. I have struggled most of my life. And what I mean by that is, I did not come from money. I had to, I went to school half a day. I worked the other half of the day. I finally just said, okay, there's got to be a better way. I got married very young. Most of you are just going to be just in awe when I tell you I married at 15 and a half. Had my son Jeremy, my firstborn, Jeremy, who's on the call right now. I worked myself up into corporate, and yes, I did that without graduating from high school. So if somebody tells you, I don't recommend that for anybody, by the way. This was, way back then. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to preach that. However, it didn't stop me. I came from a we didn't have money, but what we did have, what I had love, and I had family. And I was told I could do anything that I put my mind to. I got my work ethic from my father. And bless his heart, and thank God for me seeing the vision of network marketing, because it has changed my entire family's life. Back in 2016, well, even before 2016, actually, I had fiddled around in cryptocurrency, tried to learn everything that I could about it in the time that I had. And in 2017, Will and I joined a company, and just like you've heard on this call, we have done extremely, extremely well in cryptocurrency, made millions of dollars. And thank God, thank God for this company, or that we are about to bring to you, because we did damage our names a little bit because of a company that we believed, was the right thing to do. But here again, you put your money in. What happens? 50% goes to commissions. Then the rules change. You guys all know this. Companies change the rules, or they don't tell you everything. So the minute we found out about that, it was like, okay, we're done. We walked away from millions. Yeah, we have integrity. We did not continue with that company because we just could not. And it is all about the little guy, okay? It really is. And I don't mean that in demeaning. I mean that with all my heart. People just need a break. I'm in it for the single moms. I'm in it for the people struggling to put food on their table, buy shoes. Half raising my kids. That's all I did is I worked. I just kept saying, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. Even in the corporate structure, still wasn't enough money, and definitely no time. The biggest thing I regret is that I did not have the time because of being in the corporate structure. I missed baseball games. I missed family reunions. I missed birthday parties. I missed just enjoying my kids and somebody else raising them. This business, these people who you've already heard, and one more that you're going to hear, have a heart. They love people. They want something done right for this industry. And it is just, it's killing me every single day to see companies shutting down and people losing money and, all of the above. So, guys, we are in the right place. We are in the right time. We are on a mission for us all. Not for us all. Okay? High integrity people here. Biggest hearts I've ever seen. Stephen, oh my God. Stephen and I work continuously, day in, day out. I mean, everybody does on this call, but Stephen and I are on calls together because we know what we have here. We know that we brought the right business model, and we are going to make this successful for everyone, but especially here in the USA. Okay, because this is where we're getting hit the hardest. Doesn't mean all the companies are bad. No, it doesn't. It's just that the USA is a really tough tiger, and we're going to break that. We're going to break that tiger. So, Brandon, back to you, dear.
Thank you very much, Kathy. Now you see why we call her Mama Bear. And finally, you guys might have heard from him before, is the final owner, Mr. Mike Boggs. Mike, are you there?
I'm here, Brandon. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. The floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you, guys, all of you, whether it's your morning, your afternoon, or your evening. And thank you for taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule to be with all of us here. And do you see why now my heart, the incredible team that we have here, not just as owners, but the owners start the culture, and the culture grows from there. To have Stephen here, to have Jeremy, Will, and Kathy, Mama Bear, brings an incredible amount of integrity. All of us carry our heart on our shoulder, not for us, but for you. Each one of us has been hurt, just like you. And the pinnacle foundation that we have built and that is continuing to grow each and every day is because all of you. And we are here to provide you not just an opportunity, but a platform to grow through education, to truly earn while you learn. And that will be the basis and the foundation from all days forward. And everything that we bring to you is just, it's precise, it's compliant. At no point will we do anything or deliver anything to any of you that we believe without the utmost integrity that is not 100% compliant. With all of us here, we truly can cut the path. We truly can set the example on what should have been done from day one with everybody else that has hurt you guys, that has hurt us. Because like I've said on my other calls, it doesn't magically disappear. That does not happen. And with my co-owners and with our leadership and your leadership, we truly can mold and define a space that has hurt and deceived so many people where the trust is lacking. And we will build the trust and prove it through action, not just words, but with action and decisive planning. And for those of you that are already here with us, those of you who have already talked to not just me, but Will, Jeremy, Stephen, and Kathy, should know by now, or even just the first call, that it is not about us. It is all about you. So with that, you are going to be seeing some amazing updates coming through over the next coming weeks. Full-blown working websites, new videos, new presentations, everything that we need to make sure that you are delivering the correct message compliantly and decisively to your friends, to your leadership, to your wife, and anyone that you may be concerned about making sure that you're properly delivering the correct message and the correct trust here at KryptoGeneX. And it will be done this way from here on out. And guys, I am truly humbled here to my co-owners. By all means, it is a pleasure to be here with you. It is humbling to serve you and our field. To have a partnership that truly balances each and everybody's weaknesses, to have a stone cold brick wall so we can plow that path to make sure that everyone that sees us coming and knows what's coming, and they might just think twice before they take your money, because we've done it right. Guys, I love all of you. Thank you all for being here. And to my partners, I love you guys so very, very much. And to all of my Pinnacle leadership and all of the leadership that is already here with us, I hope you have a big tree to hold on to, because it's going to get real quick and real windy. I love you guys. Brandon, floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mike, and thank you to all the founders that came on. This call was designed specifically for all of you to meet the founders. Now, in the next couple of weeks, you're going to be hearing far more details about the program, about the education platform, about the bot, the trading software. You'll hear all of that in due time. But here's the most important thing that we want you guys to do now, because everybody's excited. You want the doors to have been opened yesterday. We understand that. We want to make sure everything is in place and correct and right before we do so, but we must protect our baby here as well. We've got people out there that will lump what we have with everything else that is either out there or that has failed. And we do not want to add any fuel to that fire. So that's why you don't hear us say what percentages you're going to earn. 2%, 3%, 40%. We don't give out any of that financial advice. We lead with our education platform, because that's what everybody needs. So if you wanted to know, what do I say? What can I do to start talking about this? All you have to do is say, listen, guys, there's a brand new education platform that is being launched very soon. The education platform is not only going to help you learn more about what crypto is about, that when you come through our platform, you're going to leave it learning something new. We're also going to teach you how to earn passive income through our software. And the most important part about it is that you'll be able to go to sleep at night knowing that when you wake up tomorrow that the company and your money is still there. That's all you have to say. You know, details will be coming when we actually go through pre-launch. There's a website. Some of you are hearing any of this information for the very first time. You want to know more information that our lawyers have allowed us to share right now, you can go to www.cryptogenex.com, and you can download our PDF file of the presentation. You have a couple of videos there that you can take a look at, and if you want to share this information with anybody, that's what you send them. There are no links to sign up yet. But if you are part of our Facebook groups, you can begin to make your list. As a matter of fact, I'll be doing a special Facebook Live tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and that title is going to be How to Launch Our Business, How to Prepare for the Pre-Launch. What can you say? Get your mindset right. Get the language right. Again, we're going to be protecting our business. We're going to monitor what's being said and shared on social media. We're not going to be like those other guys. We don't need to be a hype company. We don't need to entice you with how much money you can possibly make. We're more concerned about your education first and foremost. So if you want to be able to learn how to get ready to have a super launch, log in tonight from the Facebook Live, and we'll be doing another updated calls as the weeks go on with the founders, with some of them. If you want to be able to have a personal call with the founders, then we can set that up, get back with the person who has introduced you and invited you out here, and we can definitely set that up. I know we have a huge team in Europe right now, in Africa, and Asia, so we can definitely set that up if you want to speak to an owner. We're very 100% transparent. So with that, I want to thank all of our founders and our owners that came on, from Stephen to Kathy and Will and Jeremy and Mike. Thank you for putting something together that we desperately need. People are looking for a home, and they're tired of moving around from this company to that company, knowing it's only going to be around for a couple of months. This is a company that's going to be built for long-term legacy company to be the next billion-dollar brand, and you guys are the first to help us make that happen and set the standard and the culture for how cryptocurrency should be in this space. We're going to change that paradigm. So with that, this call was recorded. We will get it out to everybody. For those that, the lines, I don't have a max on here, but it looks like those that tried to log in on the website version, they couldn't do it so anymore. So this is being recorded. We'll get it out to everybody. You have the website, kryptogenex.com. Use that to disseminate information. Watch what you say on social media. We will have a zero policy with any nonsense, anybody making any claims. Even if they may be true, you don't make any claims. We have a zero policy against any of that stuff. And we're going to have a whole lot of fun, and we can't wait to meet all of you guys at our events that's coming up and enjoy this ride at the same time and change lives also at the same time. To the rest of our partners, our pinnacles, our founders, our early bird adopters, let's bring CryptoGeneX to the world. My name is Brandon Ivy. God bless. Bye-bye.
CryptoGeneX.